morning, everyone. Welcome to today's event. For the next 5 days, you're going to enjoy some very awesome stuff that's been planned for each and every one of us. Um, I'm number 17 in my family, and my mom had 23 children. So I had a lot of teachers ahead of me to learn from and to observe and to always make sure that I never, ever, ever considered myself first. There was no way. There were too many ahead of me. But my mother was a very wonderful human being. To have that many children in her life was just totally amazing. And we grew up in a place of emptiness. We lived off the land, and I had no idea what the outside world was like until I was about 13 or 14 years old. And I truly found out what the world was really like. But when we come to such a place today and you see so many good volunteers helping make the day go very, very smoothly, I remember when they started, there was more volunteers than participants. And now the tides have changed, which is a good thing. I will tell you a little story about the Attorney General. Hotel was his name, Stephen Point. He came into a big auditorium, just like this one. I liked himself. I thought they started right at 9 o'clock this morning. He came in and he came up to the stage and he's waiting for everyone to show up. 10 to 9 came, and no one showed up. 5 to 9 came, and one person showed up, sat down in the front row. He kind of nodded, and being humble, kind. 9 o'clock came, and he said, Wally, one person who's here is as good as 100, so he said, I might as well start my program. So he walked out onto the stage and he introduced himself. And he talked for about an hour. And the guy in front of the row kept nodding at him, waving to him, nodding, understanding. And he said, well, it's, I think I've had my time here. So he said, I'm going to step aside now. And he said, I want to thank you for taking the time to come out and listen to my segment on anti-racism. And he felt he's never felt that before, and he thanked the guy again for coming. And the guy put up his hand and he said, I'm not here to watch, he said. I'm the next performer. I never forgot that. So what he's telling me, it doesn't matter how many show up at the events. It goes ahead no matter what. And KDocs have been doing that for many, many years now. 10th anniversary is a big step. And because we're all working on diversity in culture every day, it's meaningful, it's understandable, and it's easy. There's nothing hard about it. The learning lessons that you bring home by the end of the day to your loved ones, and also getting ready to pass it down to the grandchildren at some point. Not right away, but you know what? You keep it in your little computer. And then when time comes, it's going to happen. Myself and Cheryl, we have 13 grandchildren now. And it's a wonderful joy to start teaching them things that I've seen and felt and heard. And that's the best time in my life, is to getting ready to pass down everything that people have been passing down to me. Diversity in culture around the world is so important as language. Everyone that speaks a different language, it's an important part of your mainstream of your bloodline. It goes back to the time of origin, a time of origin. From that point on, you can trace your generations all the way back to the beginning of time. And that's important as well, to tell each child where they belong, how they will come to be, what they have to carry, and the importance of life, the circle of life. Love, honor, dignity, and grace will always follow what goes outside those doors today. So from the doorway in to the doorway out, I welcome each and every one of you from all of the Halkamalam languages that are here on the lower part of the Fraser River. And then up above Kwantlen Nation, we have 11 more nations. That's Halkamalam language. And down here we have Hankamenam, the Musqueam language, Musqueam. So at this time, my dear ones, I'm going to do a heartbeat song to open the festivities for the week. And for those who can stand, you stand in recognition of your family. Only if you can't stand, you don't have to. As you're standing and listening to the song, think about who got you to where you are today. Your family members. Everyone on your family tree had part of your life, point you in the right direction, encourage you, and watch your independence grow since you could crawl. Because from that point on, you are who you are. Look after yourself. We had a tough time with COVID. And yeah, there's a lot of empty seats. But COVID, look at how strong it made us. We made ourselves as strong as we are today. I remember a time doing this online because of COVID. Now look at us, we're free again, free to fly like an eagle, because mindset is a great thing. The human mind is a great thing to always endure the toughest times. My dad said it best. He said, Lekeyten, when things get tough, you get tougher. And I've been living on that a long, long, long time. So when you hear the song, where are you going? I love doing that. I love doing that. I usually get them when they're coming in. I'm like, you're late. You're late. Or sometimes I'm late too. So I just want them to feel what I felt. So yeah, my dear ones, stand at this time in recognition of your families, because that's who you're going to think about when I'm doing this song. And when I'm doing this song, always know the love, honor, respect, and dignity and grace that will follow us for the rest of our life. This is your circle today. This is your circle of life today. And it's going to be the strongest one that you've had for many, many times in your life. welcome to the land. Hyped up, God, to everyone, thanking each and every one of you. All my relations, all my relations.